My name is Russell Lehman. I'm a motivational speaker and spoken word poet. Happen to have autism. My platform is Autism and Mental Health. It's my website if you want to sign up for my newsletter. I know I have about 4 minutes, and I'm going to do a spoken word poem, so I'll keep these slides very short. Just a little bit more background about me. I do a lot of, obviously, keynote, a lot of conferences, whether it be autism, mental health, or disabilities. Do a lot of workshops on trauma-informed care, person-centered practices, and then I speak at a lot of transition conferences as well, as the majority of individuals age 18, exiting high school are quite lost when it comes to transition into adulthood. I want to just underscore kind of what I talk about a lot in my presentations, and that's suffering, especially when it comes to disabilities and autism, right? Mental health. We talk about the great things about autism, and rightly so. There are a lot of great things. But for me, I found my success through the struggle. And I found my passion, poetry, through suffering. The Latin root word of passion is pati, which means to suffer. I like to talk about the 4 Ps: pain, passion, purpose, progress. Through my pain, I found my passion of poetry. Then that turned into my purpose of what I do now, speaking. And then that led to not only professional progress, but personal progress. You can see kind of just on face value how far I have come. And I'm going to wrap up my intro with a spoken word poem titled Dear Russell, and it is a letter to my younger self that you see on the left side of your screen. Dear Russell, you're going to go through some things in your life. You're going to go through some real tough things in your life. I know you're just a young boy now, but I want to speak up and warn you of what's about to go down. Pretty soon, you're going to lose all of your friends. Pretty soon, you're going to see life through a different lens. This probably doesn't even make sense, but pretty soon, you're going to go insane and wish you were dead. I know you're pretty popular now, but pretty soon you're going to be laughed at by other kids who won't know how. You became such a pathetic wimp who's too scared to leave his house, who's too scared to be in a crowd, who thought a whisper was so loud. But listen, you'll never be a wimp. You will never be weak. You'll grow up to be stronger than the million ancient gods of Greece. Now, there are going to be nights when you just stay up and cry. There are going to be nights when you contemplate suicide. There are going to be nights where you just want to die, but you will have too much pride to give up on your life. You're going to be admitted to the psych ward 3 times, where you'll see naked people trying to find walls to climb. You're going to be rushed to the ER way too much, but these experiences are the reason you're going to grow up to be so tough. You're going to have your dreams come crashing down just because some pathetic adult didn't want you around, and you're going to have your heart break as if it were made of glass, and have no friends to fall back on when the love of your life packs up her bags. You're going to wish you were normal, just like everybody else. But I need you to remember that you have a very bright future, even though you're going to go through hell. Russell, I need you to be prepared for all the obstacles you're going to face. And at times you're going to feel like you're trapped in a maze. And at times you're going to feel like you've been so debased. And at times you're going to go into a craze and curse at the gods for why they made you this way. But Russell, I need you to listen to me. You may not be that different now, but you will be. Your life is going to seem like an utter disaster at times, but within you is the strength you need to succeed at being the best possible human being you can be. So keep your chin up, keep your eyes on the prize, because we'll far surpass everyone's expectations of what we can accomplish in our lives. But it won't be your or mine surprise. And those are my socials. If you want to follow me on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, just to learn more educational videos on the nuances of my experience with autism and mental illness. I want to thank you for the time for this intro, and I look forward to starting the panel.
It was a very powerful poem. And I know we have some questions that we have agreed to go to. But before that, just wondering, when you're writing this poem, have you thought about when you started as when you're growing up? When do you feel like you actually want your voice to be heard instead of having others around you to speak for you?
I think it's a great question. I think I never realized that I wanted my voice to be heard because I was so terrified. I didn't feel like I wanted my voice to be heard. I wanted to just kind of be a recluse. I think poetry became that friend I had always wanted in life, And that kind of poetry took me by the hand and say, Russell, you have a voice. To put my struggles on paper and to be able to create art out of it, and to feel proud of this beautiful work of art after I was struggling, poetry showed me the way. I don't want to give myself credit as like I've always wanted to use my voice and how I found out how to use it, and not only that, but how to be heard. I think poetry showed me the way. And again, that's why, I always talk about following your passions. When you follow your passions, doors open up in front of you where there might have been walls in the past, and you find out, what you're truly capable of.
So how did you find out this passion in poetry?
The isolation. I dropped out of public school in the 5th grade. And so from about the age of 11 to 24, really lost all contact with the outside world. Inpatient, psych ward 3 times in those years, and I needed an outlet. And when I struggle, I think when we all struggle, it's one thing we all have in common as humans. We tend to ask why. And through asking why and probing my struggles, and not only that, but like the meaning of life and why am I here and why am I struggling, I realized, I need to find an outlet. And I came into poetry because I started reading Edgar Allan Poe, and I found how beautiful, he made his struggles seem to be. And so I tried it, and again, I felt good. I associated feeling proud with my disability pride, right? And so through that, I started to cultivate this self-empowerment. And then sure enough, I was able to publish a book of poetry, and that's how my story got out there. And so again, I think, we all need outlets. And that's why I'm just excited to speak on this panel is the humanities, the arts are a great outlet for anybody, but specifically those on the spectrum.